This is my very messy area around my greenhouse, which I am in the process of tidying up. And I am making a video to inspire myself. These are all my calendula and snapdragons, everlasting sweet pea, and one ranunculus I've grown from seed. So all of this area was filled with plastic pots, so I've cleared it out ready for mowing. And in the greenhouse itself, it is now much better with gravel in place. I found 3 brown snakes there as I was cleaning out, baby ones, but enough to give me a slight heart attack as they are deadly. And this area has been cleared out with gravel put down as well. So it's much more tidy. So it's a work in progress, and might take me a few sessions to get that done, but I am getting there. So I probably hope to do a shorter tour, as there's a lot of weeds, so I'm not that proud of the garden at the moment, even though it's much better than what it has been in the past. So this is my early winter tour. Today is the King's birthday public holiday, being the 8th of June. And as you can see, the hardenbergia is flowering already, very early this year, flowering in early winter. Last year it flowered in, I think it was late winter. So it should flower all winter long, I think. And this was planted last winter or autumn. A year ago it's been in, and it's a white hardenbergia, and it's grown up the height of the arch. So that will be lovely to look at throughout the winter. Yeah, so the 8th of June, King's birthday holiday. The sun rose this morning at 7:32 and it will set at 5:14 p.m. Maximum today of 13 degrees Celsius. So pretty cool, although on average we are a couple of degrees above average at the moment. And it was a minimum of 6 degrees, although I think it did get a bit cooler here. Our weather station says 4.9 degrees this morning. The barberry is changing colours every day. The grape turned a lovely yellow this autumn and winter. This Roseanne geranium is still in flower, and we're in winter, and I planted this hardy geranium as a seed last winter, and now we have its first flower. And this one too. I thought they were supposed to be this pink rather than the purple, but that's lovely. This miscanthus is gradually going dormant, but it's been a highlight of the autumn garden this year. So we still haven't had a first frost, so things like that purple heart plant down there are still alive, whereas this time last winter it had died down to the ground. Still no frost on the forecast. This barberry is putting on a nice colour as well. Yeah, still no frost on the forecast. So as predicted, it's a warmer than average winter so far. The gravel is lovely underfoot, and I have done a lot of work this long weekend at the back on yet another gravel path. The smoke bush is losing its leaves, and the wisterias are changing colour. From memory, our wisterias usually go yellow in May, but we're now well and truly in June and it's still not that yellow. But the Japanese maple at the back there is definitely red. This daisy is cute. And the weeds just keep growing, don't they? So I'll be glad when a lot of projects are finished so I can do more weeding. I have the pansies ready to go into this, but because we haven't had a frost yet, this rubber plant is still going strong, and the coleus looks a bit cold damaged, but it's not dead. And the cannas are still alive. I might go this way. Oh, that's right. I've got an iris blooming, which is supposed to bloom in winter. But those iris are a little bit affected by fungus. And the rose is still going strong. The Virginia creeper has certainly turned colour. Hopefully next season it will be a bit more filled out. On that arbour, this pomegranate hasn't really changed colour that much. These chrysanthemum are pretty much done and need cutting back soon. And I'll be looking forward to rearranging this garden, which is supposed to be a main winter project. Hopefully that will happen over the next few weeks. I continue to be really pleased with this bed. I've managed to keep on top of the weeds mostly. That smoke bush looks good still. This island bed needs weeding desperately. Lots of poppies have popped up everywhere. And I need to save some sweet peas which are growing here so that they can zoom up this trellis. The Dahlia Cafe au lait is still kind of green. The stock are taking over here and are doing well, but this bed also needs a good edit. And the Golfrina is still going there. I have seen on other YouTube channels that they can be a perennial, so I might even see if it survives there. And I've got another one here too. Lots of weeds need pulling here. And these canna and coleus are still going. I do move this gardenia in winter when we get our first frost, but still hasn't happened, so it's still there. I really like the shade that this viburnum snowball has turned. And the oak leaf hydrangea as well, a darker red. And this bed also needs a significant edit, which will happen eventually. And there's one of my favourite items of my garden, my boxwood hedge, which is lovely. The sun is shining now in the late afternoon. It's been cloudy and foggy and a bit drizzly today, so it's nice to see the sunshine. This ornamental grape still clutching some leaves, and this has just been completely taken over this bed by nasturtium, with a lemon in the middle and some angelonia and even petunias there that I'd like to move into my greenhouse. Usually the frost set the nasturtium back, but that hasn't happened, so they are really dominating this space. So these pots have pansies and dichondra, and there's not a lot of growth at the moment. They also have tulips in there. Some more stock. This calendula I will be moving, and this snowball viburnum is also turning a nice colour gradually. The camellia continues to flower, as it will all winter. And another bed that needs a big edit. It's chock-a-block filled with muscari or grape hyacinth. I'm always interested to see this Scandi bed in previous videos, because these 3 pencil pines were just absolutely tiny, at least a quarter of that height a year ago. So they put on a lot of growth over the year. And here is the latest completed project with a new gravel path. And I will put up on the screen some before and afters of this project, and it just looks so much better. There's the maple, which is in its autumn/winter glory now. Yeah, so this gravel path connects all access points and leads to the gate that goes to the chickens. So here I will have 2 garden beds that will be separated by some steps going down, and in the spring I'll try and overseed this with some new grass. And these pots also have sweet pansies and dichondra. And I've got some shade plants under here, hellebore and Virginia and a euphorbia, and I want to fill out this area here before spring. But it's all looking so much better. I've got sweet peas growing up this post, and that rose wants to flower even though it gets no direct sunlight at the moment, being the middle or early winter. There's the maple that needs a little bit of pruning at the tips where it's died off in the summer. So this will be a new lawn path come in spring, and a new garden bed here with some shade plants. But yeah, that's the new project. So I am getting there, but the weeds do have to wait while these hardscaping jobs happen. And this wisteria is also turning yellow, and the smoke bush has nearly lost all its leaves. And I'm still sheet mulching this silver birch bed. There's all my cardboard. And this meadow, I'm not sure what the result will be in spring, but hopefully I'll have some wildflowers in there. And that meadow as well, hopefully we'll have wildflowers. So this is a Rose of Sharon, which is fairly new, and here I go again, forgetting what it's called. It is a magnolia, evergreen. So I think that's pretty much it for early winter. Oh, I haven't showed this front garden, have I? It's gradually dying. I am going to move this buddleia here, and the Helianthus angustifolius will be moved to where the buddleia is. It's still looking okay. But some things are gradually dying. The zinnias are still going, and the straw flowers and the cleome. But I do need to get in here and clear a lot of things out. This hellebore, not hellebore, hebe, just keeps going. It's very impressive. There's the Helianthus angustifolius that I will move, and this very weedy bed. It's always my weedy bed. It needs a lot of work as well, but I will get there. So that is early winter. With a bit of sunshine